Alright, now for your latest, greatest conspiracy theory. I thought it would be fun to demonstrate this on the Simpsons tray that I had found in an antique store or something, and I used Scotch tape to tape down the bills for Scottish rights. Okay, hopefully you get the reference. And this is involving our money. You know, we've all seen odd things that our money can do. We the people here, in this poignant year, okay, and this revolutionary year. And I thought when I was posing the bills, I was posing them on either Area 51. I thought would be fun, or an acknowledged. So, shout out to Stephen Greer. Hey, let me work with you. All right, so I went to Sunmart Credit Union, and the girl at the counter was interested in this too. I told her I'd be putting up this video. This is a shout out to you. This is dedicated to you, anonymous cashier at the bank, Sunmart here in upstate New York, because I don't know your name yet. But when I come back, I'm going to deposit this again. It'll demonstrate it for you. I saw this already on a Facebook video guy, and he put his own, analysis on it and everything. But he said he didn't make this up himself either. He had seen this somewhere else. He was shown this, and he was demonstrating it. And it's a way of folding the bills. First off, I got to give you a little background information, and secondly, pardon my damaged finger over here. This was a cat attack. It's another story. It's just vicious cat attack, not wild cat, because I'd be missing my hand, but and not my sweet cat, because Chevy over there, you're gonna have to whoop this cat's ass. All right, it's my aunt's cat. She snuck out while I was doing some painting work, staining her deck, and she went full scale exorcist mode on me and turned into Shiva, the destroyer of worlds, and wrecked my shit. I'm all tore up. Anyway, that's beside the point. But somewhat poignant when you think about the Egyptians and how they worshipped, and the cats were the lords of the underworld. So pretty much true. I'm not messing with that cat ever again. She's even scared of it now. And we have a lot of Egyptian symbology, obviously, on our money, and we know all about that. I'm not gonna just talk about that because we all know that's there. But so this is a way of folding these bills. So first things first, when were the bills redesigned to have these larger faces? Remember, we had smaller faces before, and then it became like monopoly money, he called it, which is funny because the corporations often go for a monopoly. And we say, antitrust laws to prevent that. When were the U.S. dollars redesigned?
According to U.S. Currency Education Program, in the first significant design change since the 1920s, U.S. currency is redesigned to incorporate a series of new counterfeit deterrents. Issuance of the new banknotes begins with the $100 note in 1996, followed by the $50 note in 1997, the $20 note in 1998, and the $10 and $5 notes in 2000.
Thank you. And that's from uscurrency.gov. He pointed that same thing out because this is a .gov website, okay? This is not Wikipedia or anything like that. They were designed in 96, 97, and subsequent years, but they didn't actually come out. It says, apparently, that they didn't actually come out until later. They weren't in circulation immediately. I thought he said 2003, but they were designed before 9/11. Okay, because this involves 9/11. I'd have to go through this probably hard. You could look this up. I could find out when they came in circulation, but I don't have time for that. I don't want this video to be super long. So let's just realize that is that. I was hoping it was going to read it in the British female Google Voice accent, because that's what I made my Google Assistant speaker over here. Of course, yeah, it's listening in right now. So. We used to worry about wiretaps. Now we ask wiretaps how to make pancakes. So anyway, just because you're paranoid, don't mean I'm not after you. Love Nirvana. Love the Nirvana song. All right, so let me get into it. I'm babbling. Sorry, Babylon. This is about the Towers of Babel a little bit as well. So I'm going to remove the bills. I've already taped them up with this just so I don't have to have my tore up finger in there holding them down and everything. Okay, so what this is I'll get this out of the way now. You've seen that when they were redesigned, 96, 97. They did subsequent years. So we'll start with the $1 bill. $1 bill. We've all seen it in many different ways. Now, if you fold these like this, what you do is you fold them to the back. Let me see if I need to zoom in. I've got this on a stand, so I need to zoom in a little bit to make this easier to see. Okay, so we have our first bill, and I'll hold it up here so you can see. I really like this, and I'm going to expand on it from further than what he did, okay? You can make up your own interpretations. I'm not saying any of this is true or real. It could all just be coincidence, whatever. But look at how that symbol is. It's really cool, because you have either a flying pyramid. You could have the pyramid pointing down under. You could use any symbology. I'm not going to go into the satanic. Okay, first off, I have different viewpoints. The Luciferianism, oh my God. I feel, Freemasonry, there's truth to secret knowledge, ancient knowledge, ancient, ancient knowledge, passing down ancient wisdom. And I will tell you this, I'm not going to lie, I am a Rosicrucian, by the way. I'm honest about that. I'm not a Freemason, but I know many. A friend of mine's dad leads a Freemasonry lodge, but I'm not part of the organization. But Rosicrucianism over 20 years, but not officially, not fully officially, but really unofficially. But it's another story. Anyway, but you can see you have wings at the bottom of a pyramid. Either the flying pyramid is going up, or you could have it that way. It's pretty cool. I thought that was cool. So he didn't really look at it in that regard as it's flying. Okay, but then look at this, and see, he had them like this. I turned the dollars this way. You also have 1-1, but if you turn it that way, what do you have? You have a foundation, and look at it. It looks like a Native American with a headdress on, to me, holding, wheat and chaff, holding the, what is it, the wheat and chaff? I can't remember I don't know I can't remember exactly. It's like wheat and, I don't know the others, but the symbology there, of course, that's cool, because it's got the base of the pyramid, and built upon the foundation of this ancient wisdom, you have a reemergence of Native American, of the spirit of America, the great spirit, Novus Ordo Seclorum, we all know, new secular order. A lot of people misinterpret that too, but there's many ways to look at these things. I mean, Freemasons helped design these things. Whoever designed it would have to come out and say, oh, we did this or we did that, of course, to even find out if this was really on purpose, obviously. But this can't all be a coincidence, because there's a much more to this. Stick around. This is just the $1 bill. Okay, I'm going to go through all the bills, and they make a series. Okay, and then I'll make a GIF out of it too. But I like how you have the In God We Trust is just about visible at the tip. Okay, hey, it's Ed States of God We Trust. Anyway, okay, so that's the one. Okay, I like to leave the one like that or whatever for now. Like I said, I really liked how it looked like a headdress to me. It looked like a figure standing there holding these. Okay, so let's go one at a time. All right, let me get these back in order. And I'll unfold them to show you that they are real bills. I asked the girl, can I get all new banknotes? And she said, whatever the machine gives me. And they happen to be all the big face bills. They're not old enough. Okay, then we'll go to the 5. Folded the same way. Okay, I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to put them out in order, and I'll pick them up one at a time, and you can see. Whoops, you can see the progression. Start to see the progression. Okay, what you have here, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, could make a pyramid out of them. Could even put the 1 down there, actually. All right. Take the 5, and we'll zoom in. We'll get that up close. Okay, what do we have? Hold it at the top. Okay, what do we have here? We have what looks like 2 towers standing tall. Okay, standing. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. See what imagery, not a lot to be seen on that. It's interpretive. Almost like a mountainous terrain, maybe a moon or something, I don't know. But what I want you to focus on, what you want to look at first things first, is this side was the side he was pointing out. The towers, okay? We have towers. Then the next in the series is the 10. We have the 2 towers, and what do they look like they're doing? Collapsing, burning, falling. Okay, and next in the series. I like to turn it over because this almost on this side looks like a burning building too. It could almost looks like a Pentagon. And God, and you got the flag there at the bottom. Look, even behind it, now that I notice, this almost looks like a nuclear. Holy crap! My dad was a nuclear power plant designer for 35 plus years for GE and Knowles Atomic Power Lab. But if you look at that, I didn't even notice this. The way that curves, that almost looks like the tower of a nuclear plant. I just noticed that. It could be a rising sun. Could be a burning building, another burning building. Like it almost looks like it could be the Pentagon, viewed from the side, like crushed, burning, or whatever. So you got the towers coming out. 10. Okay, go to the next one. 20, and again, further collapse. This is going to make a great GIF, I think. I'm going to animate this together, put these all together. It's further collapsing. On the back, you got a smoldering building again. Almost looks like the Capitol building smoldering, which actually that didn't happen. If that's the Capitol building smoldering, because it almost looks like it could be, you don't see the building very much, but you see a smoke cloud, almost like a mushroom cloud coming out of it, and God we trust. And we have 2020. 2020 vision. Again, almost like a nuclear. I like how that kind of looks almost like the nuclear, if you were to look at that alone. But the fateful year of 2020. I don't even know if this is true, but my buddy said that the Mayan calendar we were 8 years off in the interpretation, and the Mayan calendar says it's really 2012 right now. We're 8 years, it's an 8-year difference. He swears to that, and he does his research, so I do believe him. I have to look into that, but I'm not 100%, so don't take my word for it. But this looks like towers again, and look at this. We have 01. This is the 100. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead. My bad. This is the 50. This is the 50, and what we have now, just smoke. Okay, when you see them in series, when I make a GIF out of this, it'd be even easier. See them in series, you just have smoke. And just a very small structure, like broken, like round, just looks like the framework. Over here, you could have buildings too. These could be buildings that were smoldering. When you look at them in that orientation, could just be the whole complex. And then, of course, at the bottom, you got the Capitol building rising up in the middle. God we trust. Okay. I always like to how it has the little numbers, the little 50s floating in the air, almost like it's the Matrix. Like it's the digital Matrix stuff that you see. All right, so first things first, he folded his 100 and he had a different image. I swore he did. I'm going to have to go back and review his video. But I tried folding this every which way, forwards, backwards. This is 100. Okay, and he folded it, and, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. And I think it's great. He wasn't even a president, but he's on the highest denomination. But he was head of the U.S. Treasury. And when I take this apart too, I'll show you that the building on the back is the U.S. Treasury. But of course, this is a Federal Reserve note. U.S. Treasury is different. And right now we're in a coin shortage, and coinage is not a debted currency. The coins are more valuable right now. Federal Reserve controls inflation, goes up and down, but this is not an economy lesson. But I'm just saying, coinage is from the U.S. Mint or Reserve. The U.S. Treasury. So I like how it's 01, the fateful year. You got towers on mine. See, now he folded it. Now, if I look at the back, so the areas he was looking at primarily is back here, and when you look back here, smoke, maybe a sun. Okay, I'm gonna have to fold this in another way. I think this is the one I folded in a different way. Watch. Okay, let's look at that up close. You can't. I'm gonna undo this one. I put a little bit of Scotch tape right here just to hold it. I'm gonna undo them all. Untape them all. I'm gonna unfold them. First off, to show you that they're real bills. It's a real bill. It's not a trick bill. I'm not a magician pulling something. You've even got the hologram right there. You know, you can clearly see that's not easily counterfeit. And no feds kicking in my door, please. So he folded, and again, see, he's the head of the U.S. Treasury, by the way. At the time, he was. It says Secretary of the Treasury. He was the Secretary of the Treasury, Benjamin Franklin, and that's Independence Hall. My bad. One of these has the Treasury on the back of it. As I unfold them, I'll get to that. But let me see if I can fold this again and get the other image. See, he got a different image. And I also had another image. How did I do it? Here we go. There we go. That's how you get it. Okay. If I fold it this way, and this gives me a different interpretation than what he was talking. I can put somewhat of a religious spin on it and come to Christ moment, but I'm what I call a Rastar. A Rasta, agnostic, spiritual, Taoist, Asgardian, Rosicrucian. I'm basically agnostic. If there was any religion I liked the most, I'd say it was Taoism. Yin and yang, okay? It's very simple. Now look at that. To me, this almost looks like an Olympic torch or something, like an eternal torch. Like you have an eternal torch burning. So for me, this seems more promising than what maybe doom and gloom. This is not doom and gloom stuff. It could be doom and gloom. Well, it could indicate an inside job. I mean, just stating my opinion, it had to be an inside job. I mean, there's no possible way just ragtag individuals from a cave in a desert could just come together and just do this, but could be used as pawns between other larger factions. Look at that tower and a puff of smoke, like it's fire, that to me looks like something you'd have like the eternal flame outside of like a soldier's tomb or something. It looks like a Roman pillar, or like at the Olympics you have here, tower that gets lit and burns. Maybe the sun at the top with the 00 becoming the sun, yeah, and a glowing, so it's like an eternal flame there. Like, okay, so in the spot so now look at them in series. You see what I mean? I'm gonna take this down for a moment and just get close up. And I know this is kind of getting long. I put a lot of my own babble in there. But, like I said, I like to turn this sideways. That's cool. I think 2 inverted pyramids. How about? Okay, that's what you get there in the first one. Pointing back up to the pyramid. Oh, let me zoom back out. And, okay, so, just for the sake of having a pyramid looking cool, we'll do it like this. So see, you have in series, it looks like the towers are crashing down and burning. There's smoke, and then there's an eternal flame underneath it all. And if you want to turn this all around, just turn it all around. Yeah, with it. Just to wrap it up and get a cool ass photograph image. Okay. And I can unfold these, but you can see that they are real as could be. Okay. Okay, put this back on the stand. I'll unfold them all just to show you that I'm not like using any kind of trick bills or anything like that. Just put this back. Okay. I had to come back on the second video. Okay. I had to come back with that. I'll unfold these now just to show that these are all real bills. I had just explained to you how the series worked. You could see the bills in series. So I'll remove the tape from all of them. Okay, I'm removing the tape just to show you that these are real bills. I might even ask you to go up there, ask to get a shot in the bank or something just to prove where I got these from. I got these from the bank. $50 bill. Okay. Real. This could be. Okay. You can see the, yep, another 5, okay. You can see how the star, you can see it's real. You know, you know how they look nowadays. You got, I already showed that one. It's got the hologram on it, so it's real. I'll probably refold them, bring them back into the bank and show the girl. I give her the business card, so shout out to you. Sunmark cashier. So, real bills. Real shit. Real crazy. Conspiracy or not? I don't know. It's cool. You know? Is that all just a coincidence? I just love how it's like flying pyramid, or it's that, or I like this, you know. Indian with a headdress holding the Wheaton shaft, holding the on a foundation of that, as if like a new statue or a Statue of Liberty. And that's on the one with 11. Sure. All right, so that concludes that during crazy 2020. 2020 madness, pandemic, pandemonium, revolution, evolution.